St George's College is the Anglican centre for pilgrimage in Jerusalem. We run study pilgrimages for people from all over the world. 100 years ago, the college was founded as a centre for training local clergy, but that never really came into being. In 1962, it became a centre for Bible studies and studies of the land, which gradually over time turned into a pilgrimage centre. So for 60 years we've been formulating pilgrimage courses that enable people to have a deep encounter with the land, the holy and historic places, but also the people of the land.
Pilgrims are persons in motion, crossing through territories that are not their own. And so pilgrimage is very much about encountering the other, engaging the other. It's about crossing boundaries, crossing barriers. And so pilgrimage can be an uncomfortable experience. It's a sense of disorienting. We find a new identity. We find a new engagement that extends beyond ourselves to God and the other.
When I arrived at St. George's, it immediately felt like a sanctuary, a haven. The grounds are extremely peaceful, beautiful. I was greeted by very friendly staff who oriented me to my comfortable room. Yeah, a very positive experience. I was nervous coming, but as soon as I landed on the grounds, immediately I felt reassured.
The college is just so good at putting us on the front lines in very safe places, but to see the reality.
It's our job to make sure that nothing untoward occurs, and we make sure that people here are safe and that their journey, their pilgrimage is in a way uneventful, at least not the events that you'd want to avoid.
What makes a study pilgrimage so special is that so much is well prepared. There's so much to see and do and know in the Holy Land that to prepare to come on pilgrimage on your own would just be an astronomical, it could take years to do. And so to have experts who have done all this research and are so generous in sharing it, just really kind of lets you just be held as you go through the process.
I think St George's gives pilgrims a true pilgrim experience, both from the lectures that they will hear from a pilgrim scholar and the understanding of what it means not just to be a tourist here and to visit sites, but we start at the Holy Sepulchre. We come here as Christians and see the empty tomb, and we go on to the Mount of Olives and start to develop an understanding of the key sites here in Jerusalem.
So when I have a chance to go and wander around and visit the Holy Sepulchre, it's such a marvelous experience. Because you always are walking with other pilgrims, but you're always walking with people who are living here, who are the living stones, living in these lands, living in Jerusalem, day in and day out.
By coming to this place and seeing the land, a lot of pilgrims understand in a new way even the humanity of Jesus. St. George's College, we take Footsteps of Jesus courses and we frame them with pilgrimage language. They become not only an encounter with the Bible, an encounter with the land of Jesus, but they come in many, many different ways of pilgrimage. And so we draw upon pilgrimage traditions as well as biblical traditions as well. And one way is that pilgrims over the centuries came to this land not simply to re-see the Bible through their own eyes, but to see what the land is today in their time.
So coming here has, helped me to put all the pieces together. That has been life-changing. My ministry will change. I will never view the Bible the way I used to view it.
People so often talk about this experience here at the college as transformational, that they come with high expectations, but their experience so often far exceeds that.
Our trip to Galilee always seems like a bit of a retreat within the pilgrimage. I think it's obvious amongst pilgrims that there's a real sense of and breathe in a bit of the fresh air there, a real connection with nature. And I think after the hustle and bustle and busyness of Jerusalem, it always comes as a very welcome break.
When pilgrims come here and cross the land on bus or by foot, they start thinking not only about the places where gospel events took place, but they also are thinking about the proximity of places. They think about the pathways, and they form a kind of what I call a mental map of the Holy Land, and what in ways before was just text or might have been black and white, then assumes a new color, a new 3D dimension in the ways that we understand the sacred stories and the life of Jesus. One of the traditions of St. George's College, which is a tradition of pilgrims past, is that we read scripture on site. We take people out to the Judean desert. There we read the scripture of Jesus' temptation. Before we go there, we're often also talking about the concepts of wilderness, and we leave people there for a time of personal prayer and reflection.
The Bible tells us that Jesus was led by the Spirit into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. To be able to go and spend some time there and have a reflection of what the theological and spiritual significance of that is, and to feel that, to be a part of that, is unlike anything you can ever imagine.
The hospitality that we show is really an important part of our pilgrimage, so that people aren't coming to a hotel with, room service and high-level luxury rooms. They're simple but very comfortable rooms, and they eat in the beautiful gardens of the guest house.
The meals have been amazing. So part of it's being just the chance to sit with one another and share stories and share backgrounds, and so there's a bonding experience with the other people who are part of the group.
And the eating together is really an important part of a pilgrimage. It's about the community building, this short-term Christian community that we talk about, in tents for 10 to 14 days. But it's important that people really get to know each other, not just the people that they traveled with. And then they eat together, have a drink together, tell the stories of the day, the things that they saw, the things that they cherish, the things that they want to know a bit more about. And over meals and in the evenings, that's a chance to do it. And this is a beautiful environment that people really enjoy. The staff enjoy the working environment of the college. They tell me that it's a really nice place to work and becomes sort of something like a family. And that's what we cherish and what we enjoy and we want to nurture.
People who come here, they come not as tourists, more on a specific mission. To walk in the footsteps of Jesus as pilgrims. That dimension brings to life a lot of spirituality, a lot of formation. We are gathered together, and it is a gathering place. As a community, in order to enjoy and learn and walk together, so that they become even deeper Christians.
Having stepped in this land, in the land of the Bible, for me this is something, it's huge, it's deep.
I think that I'll take home much from this trip. Being able to teach and preach on the stories of the Bible have been something near and dear to me for years now, but to be able to come here and experience them, and to say that I have put my hands on those rocks, put my hands on the place where Jesus was born, will add a dimension to my teaching and preaching now that the depth is just rich.
St. George's College will always offer to its pilgrims and its students that they will experience the Bibles in ways unimaginable.
Many people feel a draw to come on pilgrimage, but never quite get round to it. Maybe they're reluctant for whatever reason. But I would commend coming on pilgrimage, and especially to St. George's College, because it's something which reinvigorates faith, is an inspiration for clergy and lay people alike. It can make a huge difference, and it's an experience that doesn't just last while you're here. It's something that when you go home continues to enrich your life, and something that provides faith to be something which is truly alive. Over and again people will say they did not realize how inspiring they would find it to come on pilgrimage.